And welcome back to the Electronics Experimenters Kit series of videos. Experiment 15, the current mirror. Vcc-Vbe, the sponsor of the Electronics Experimenters Kit series of videos. They made those nice little boards you see I'm using. Now, to order a PC, it's as simple as 1, 2, 3. I'll just show you how they do it, how it works. 3 steps. You input the minimum length and width, how many you want, how many layers. And next, you go down to the parameter section. Select the parameters you want, or just click calculate if you're happy with the default parameters. Then select how quick you want them and where they're shipping to and how you want them shipped. And then it's a simple matter of saving it to the cart, uploading your Gerbers and paying for your boards. And then within a week or so, they will arrive. They're fast, reliable, and they produce great quality PCBs. So back to the video. Normally, as you can see on the screen at the moment, they're used a lot in analog ICs, as resistors are harder to make than transistors. So you can throw transistors around willy-nilly, but resistors much harder. So what they do is they can use one transistor, possibly with a resistor as a current source, or reference current flowing down here. And in this configuration, you see they have 2 transistors joined together, and so effectively you get twice the IREF current flowing down here. And on this one there is just one, and it is joined, they're all joined together. They're all exactly the same on the silicon. They're all next to each other or close on silicon because it's a very small space. So temperature spread across them is quite low, and so thermal drift between them will be quite low. They will follow each other, and so the current flowing down here will be faithfully reproduced over here in a different part of the circuit. So very useful. Now, looking at the circuit, stage 1 is we want the current to voltage converter, which is this part. We're looking for a simple transistor configuration that can turn the reference current, which is flowing down here, into a voltage. In normal operation, as an amplifier, the voltage on the base, VBE, controls the current flowing through the collector, where we want the collector current to control the emitter base voltage, VBE. And this is not possible with something like a common emitter amplifier. But we can connect the transistor, Q1, in what's called diode connected. We can achieve this by connecting the base to the collector, leaving it to look like a diode. We are in fact providing 100% negative feedback to the transistor. So VBE is effectively controlled by the current flowing in the collector. And this leaves us with a simple equation for the current. IREF equals Vcc minus VBE divided by I1. The relationship between the collector current and VBE is non-linear. In fact, it has an exponential characteristic, but this won't be an issue. As for the second part, it also has the same exponential characteristic if we're using the same transistor. Stage 2 is the voltage to current converter, which is Q2. And as we know, a transistor can be driven by the voltage on its base emitter junction, and that affects the current flowing down through the collector. So if we connect the base of the first transistor to the base of the second transistor, if both transistors have the same characteristics and are at the same temperature, then the following should happen. The voltage on the base, which is controlled by the current flowing through Q1, should cause Q2, as it has the same characteristics, to sink the same amount of current as is flowing through Q1. And thus, we are mirroring the current down here. For our test circuit, we have an LED. So if we change the value here, we get an indication of the current changing here. So while we've been building the circuit up there, let's have a test and see how we get on. Right, here you can see the circuit is built up. This is R1 small. I didn't put a value in it. Coming down, here's Q1. Here's the feedback, 0 volt connection, Q2, and the LED. Note there is no resistor or resistance in line with the 5 volts to the LED. So what I'll do now is I'll break the connection to the input, plug it back on, turn on the multimeter, and as you can see we now have up there 440 milliamps flowing down here. Right, and what we can do is we can now break the line to the LED and measure what's flowing down there. So I'll break that connection. Oops. Current meter. I can see we're not quite the same current. 440 going down here and 426 flowing down here, but it's close. But what doesn't help is I have 2 separate transistors and they're quite far apart. So the temperature on one could be different to the temperature on the other. And we can show that by just resting a finger on this one so its temperature changes. And there you can see it's now a different temperature, Q1, and the current shot up. So this shows how they're not very good as discrete circuits unless you mount that transistor right on top of that one. Right, we've now got Vbe voltage, which we can see is about 615 millivolts. And to show how that is changed by the current, what I'm going to do is remove the resistor, and in its place I shall plug in a resistance box. Same value, so we should have the same current flowing down, the same current flowing down here. I was wondering about getting my cursor to show up better, but down here you can see on Q1. So we'll double the resistance, so we should have sort of like half the current. So 1K to 2K. And as you can see straight away, the base emitter voltage has changed. So the lower current, the lower the voltage. By half the 1K to 500 ohms, it's gone up. And the LED, notice, is getting brighter and dimmer, showing that the current being mirrored is changing. So that's the sort of basic setup of what a current mirror can do. And you might ask, well, what's the point of it? Well, say in analog ICs, it's used a lot in place of resistors, because not only can you do a mirror that sinks, you can also do a mirror that sources. Yeah, you can do a mirror that sources current. This just happens to be easier. One of the other useful things, I'll put a different circuit on, and we'll look at another kind of useful idea. And there'll be a slight difference to the transistors, or the layout of the transistors, to make it a little better. I won't show that being built, I'll just bring it up as built. Right, here is the circuit shown there. Instead of having the transistors on 2 separate PCBs, they are mounted on top of each other. And I could possibly, as a quick show you, not very pretty, but there you can see, well, not very well. There are 2 transistors, one on top of the other. So it's basically that circuit is just on there. That means you should get slightly better current matching or current mirroring, because they're effectively sat on top of each other and about as close as they can get. And again, we've got, if I go back to the the 1K, we look at the current flowing, rearrange the meter. So I can unplug that. Doesn't want to grip it. My crop clips are about 40 years old. So getting quite old. Oh, is it going to be a negative voltage? That might upset some people. Negative current. I'm not bothering changing them around. And there you can see, with the 1K, we got nearly the 440 we had last time. And we'll just have a quick measurement of what's flowing down the 12 volt line. So we'll stick that back in so they light up. I'll swap these around. These crop clips do not want to close properly. They are so old. I think the rub boost's getting hard. So we unplug that. Plug that in there. And now, say we've got 433. We had about 438, didn't we, flying down that one? I didn't really take a note of it. But that shows you that the mirroring is okay, and it's going to be reasonably good because, yeah, if I put my finger on, I can still make them go up. But they should be more closely matched because they're basically touching each other, and that's about as best as you're going to get with discrete components. And I'll just do a quick, just a quick show is. Put that back in. Just to show that, in fact, we do have different voltages. This is the control, doing the control current. Would help if I plugged it on voltage. Wait for the meter to catch up. There you go. And we'll measure here, yeah, 4.99 volts. And over here, come on, get in the hole. So we got 11.7. So we got a 5 volt signal controlling the current. So 5 volt over here, controlling the current down here, mirrored across over here. And so with no resistors in there, with 12 volts on there, we're controlling the brightness of these LEDs. And it's not a brilliant way of doing it. It's just an example that, you know, as long as you've got a common ground, you can control the current through here, and it doesn't care what the voltage over here is. It will produce the same current. I hope you found that interesting, and I recommend looking in the art of electronics and books of that nature to follow up on a current mirror. So, catch you on the next one. Bye for now. Oh, and costs nothing to subscribe. Hit the like button if you liked it. Do leave a comment, it all helps.